Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel, Winterberry Hearth. My name is Lisa, and this is part 2 of the Misty Clouds throw. On part 1, I showed you how to make this whole block using a flower bobble in the center, and then we did some decorative bobbles, and then we did some triple crochet texture stitches, and then we worked a chain 3 border all the way around the block, and it did take about an hour. So if you need to go back to that video, make 2 of these. When you finish the second blanket, work your chain 3 all the way around except for the last edge. Work 3 edges doing the chain 3 border and then stop. And I'll show you how to do a join as you go. So this was the first block that I made, and it's got a chain 3 border all the way around it already. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip that over so that the wrong side is up and the right side is down. Now, this was my second block that I made, and this I'm going to call my working block. The finished block we're going to call the adjacent or opposite block. Okay, so take your working block and you're going to line it up wrong side down, right side up to the other block. Just lay them on top of each other, and this is how we're going to work them together. So you should have worked all 3 sides of the chain 3 loops on the sides of the blanket of the block, and when you get to that last side, that's where we're going to take this chain 3 side and we're going to join it to the other chain 3 side. That's a chain join as you go. So on that last row, the only thing I've done is single crocheted in that chain 3 corner. At that point, I'm supposed to do another chain 3 and a single crochet in this same chain 3 corner, but we're going to join it to the other block. So to join it, we're going to chain 1, then grab the adjacent block and go to its matching corner chain 3 space and single crochet in that corner. Okay, then chain 1. Now go back to your working block and single crochet in it. So you have now done a chain 1, a single crochet, and a chain 1, which is the equivalent of a chain 3 loop. So you now have these 2 chain 3 loops at the very corners joined by a single crochet, and that's pretty much how it's going to go all the way across the whole block. So chain 3, and then on your working block, skip 2 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. I'm so sorry, I take that back. I'm so sorry, I just said that wrong. I'm in go mode. So we did our chain 1 single crochet to the adjacent block and a chain 1 and single crochet to our working block. Now we're supposed to do chain 3, skip 2, and then single crochet between the next 2 double crochets. But instead, we're going to join this chain 3 to the next chain 3 space on the opposite block. So chain 1, find the next chain 3 space on your adjacent block and single crochet into it, and then chain 1, and then skip 2 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. And we're going to do that again. Chain 1, go to your adjacent block, find the next free chain 3 loop, single crochet into it, and chain 1, and then back on your working block, skip 3 double crochets this time. Skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. One more time. Chain 1 on your working block, go back to your adjacent block and find the next free chain 3 loop, single crochet into it, chain 1, go back to your working block, skip 3, and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. So let's take a look at what we actually have here. Like I said, you are doing, instead of doing a chain 3, you're doing chain 1, then you're doing the single crochet, so you have chain 1, then you have a single crochet into the adjacent block, and then chain 1, and then you work a single crochet into the next working block. So you essentially have a chain 3 because of the chain 1 single crochet and the chain 1. So it looks exactly like a mirror image of the other block when it comes to those chain 3 loops. So go ahead and continue to work this all the way across, and then we'll go over it closely when we get to the end, but we will do one more together just to get the beat down. So from your working block, chain 1, find the next free chain 3 loop on the adjacent block and single crochet into it. Chain 1, go back to your working block, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. Okay, continue that all the way across the block, and then we'll meet you at the corner. And welcome back. I've worked all the way across except for the last 5 stitches. So I now need to, I've done a single crochet in my adjacent block. I did chain 1. I'm coming back to my working block. I'm going to do a single crochet in between. After, I'm going to skip 3 double crochets and do a single crochet in between those next 2 double crochets. So there should be 2 double crochets left on this side. I'm going to do a chain 1, and there's one last free chain 3 loop before the corner on the adjacent block. So I single crocheted into it, and then I'm going to single crochet, or I'm going to chain 1. Then I'm going to single crochet into my working block of the very first chain 3 space, but we're still not done. We need to join the corners. So chain 1 on your working block, go back to your adjacent block and find that last chain 3 loop, single crochet into it, chain 1, and at this point you can go ahead and just slip stitch into that first single crochet. Let me cut this off and leave a tail for weaving my ends. Okay, so now I have my join, and as you can see, this is a nice kind of lattice work that goes back and forth. It's actually just a fairly common, a fairly simple way of joining your stitches, and that's how you do 2 block join as you go. The next one we will do a 3rd block on this side, and it will show you how to connect it into the corner. It shouldn't be that difficult, but it is kind of difficult to see, because you're going to, instead of trying to chain into either of these chain 3 loops on the corners, you're going to be connecting to that single crochet in between them. So let's do that next. Go ahead and make one more block, and then we'll do another two-side join, and then after that we'll do a 3-sided join. Okay, and welcome back. So I've got another block done. I'm ready to add, I've got my 2 blocks that I already joined. I did a two-sided join for those. I'm going to do another 2-sided join right here for these 2. And just for the ease of the video, I'm just going to do it like this. And maybe it'll be easier to see it this way. And I have worked 3 sides of this next block. I just have the one side to do because this is just a 2-sided joining. After this, when we get this added, we will have to do a 2-side join, and that'll come next. But we first got to get 3 blocks together before we can make a 4th. And then you'll just continue adding them that way until you get all 6 of them together. Okay, so this is my working block, and this is my adjacent block. I have worked the chain 3 loops all the way around the block. I'm at the second to last corner, and I did put 1 single crochet in that chain 3 corner. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1. Now I'm going to go to my adjacent block, and I'm going to find the right hand corner on the right side, and I'm going to single crochet into the corner chain 3 loop. Okay, then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to go back to my working block, and I'm going to single crochet in that same chain 3 corner. So now, as we did before, I essentially have a chain 3 loop in my working block, and I've connected it to the chain 3 loop of the corner on my adjacent block. Okay, so now chain 1, we need to single crochet in the next free chain 3 loop on the adjacent block, chain 1, go back to your working block, and again skip only 2 double crochets for the beginning of the round, skip 2 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. Okay, chain 1, go back to your adjacent block, find the next free loop, single crochet into it, chain 1, go back to your working block, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 3 double crochets, or the next 2 double crochets. Okay, let's do it one more time. Chain 1, go to your adjacent block, find the next free chain 3 loop, single crochet into it, chain 1, go back to your working block, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. Okay, continue to join in this method going all the way across till you get to the corner, and I'll show you how to get these 3 blocks joined in the corner. It's a little bit different. It's kind of hard to see sometimes, and maybe this yarn color isn't the greatest, so I do apologize if that's not coming up very well on the screen, but at least we're having a general idea of what we're doing. I'll try to pull closer, and let me go ahead and do that. I'll pull really close this time after I unsnag and snarl my yarn. Okay, I'll pull really close this time and show you how I'm doing this. And this is the adjacent block on this side, and on this side is the working block. So from the working block side, I just finished a single crochet in between the 2 double crochets. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go to my adjacent block and find the next free chain 3 loop, and I'm going to single crochet into it. Then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go back to my working block, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. Okay, one more time up close. Chain 1, go back to the adjacent block, find the next free chain 3 loop, single crochet into it, chain 1, go back to my working block, skip 3 double crochets and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. See, so that's how your join should look. If you can see that really well. Let me pull this out real far and grab my pointer and try to show you this up close as best as I can. I'll just use an art pencil. Okay, so we started here. This was our corner. I did a single crochet, I did a chain 1, and then I single crocheted in the adjacent block's corner chain 3. I did a chain 1, and then I single crocheted into that same chain 3 corner. So I made my corner chain 3 space. Then I chained 1, then I went to the adjacent block and I single crocheted in the next free loop. There's the single crochet. And then I chained 1, and then I skipped 2 double crochets because it was the beginning. I skipped 2 double crochets and I single crocheted in between the next 2 double crochets, and I continued on, only skipping, this time skipping 3 double crochets. So as you can see, that's how it goes. That's the join as you go, and it works really good with a chain 3, or you could do a chain 5. It really kind of has to be an odd number so that you have 1 on this side and 1 on that side of the single crochet that's joining. Or you could have 2 chains on this side and 2 chains on that side of the single crochet that's joining to the opposite block. But to me, a chain 5 is just too big. This is already pretty loopy. I mean, I'm really pulling on it. Chain 3 loops are about the size of your toe, if that's okay, if you don't mind your toe getting through. Sometimes I don't mind having some loops on my blanket because, again, that's what traps your body heat when you're cold. Okay, so continue joining your 3rd block, and I will meet you at the corner, and we will try to do a real up close on how to join at that corner. Okay, and we are back. I have worked all the way to the corner of where the 3 blocks are going to join each other, and I'll try and show you this really up close so that you can see. I have finished a single crochet into the last free chain 3 loop on the adjacent block. I did do a chain 1. I only have 2 double crochets left on my working block, and I'm just going to go ahead and single crochet into the last, or the first, I guess you can call it the first, chain 3 loop on my working block. Now I still have to join to the corner, and that's the tricky part that we're going to try to do right now. I got to do a chain 3 loop to join them, so chain 1. Then go to your adjacent blocks, because this is 2 that you're trying to join, and take a look at what you've got here. Look at your blocks. You can see that this is the corners where it comes right up to the corners. So right here and right here are your chain 3 loops. And they are joined right here by a single crochet. That is where we are going to single crochet right into that. Or you could slip stitch. You could do a slip stitch if you want. I've always single crocheted. To me, visually, it doesn't seem to make any difference. But just, I want you to see and know where you are. Okay, so this is your very corner area. This is the joins that we did back and forth. And this is your chain 3 corner on this block. And this is the chain 3 corner on that block. And they're joined right here. So that's where we're going to go. If you gotta grab a stitch marker and pin it there to help you, because sometimes fumbling around on your lap, it can be such a pain, do that. Put a stitch marker in there so you know exactly where you're wanting to go, so that when you get yourself all squared away again, you can find that little stitch marker real easy again. Okay, so let's go back a step. I finished that single crochet into the adjacent block, chain 3. I did a chain 1. I single crocheted into the first chain 3 space. I got to join the last loop to that corner. So I'm going to chain 1, go find that single crochet, and I'm going to single crochet into it. Now, when I do this, let me get this out of the way so you can see. When I do this, I try to not just go into one loop of that single crochet, because it's only one piece of yarn. I mean, you could, but I think it's supported better if you go through 2 of them, just like that. So I'm gonna go into 2 of them. Stick my hook in and grab both of them. And it's kind of wonky. And I'm just gonna go ahead and single crochet right into it. And then I'm gonna chain 1. And then I'm going to work, actually, I don't need to work another single crochet because I started out with a single crochet on this chain 3 loop. All I need to do is slip stitch into that first single crochet, and I did have a knot in my yarn. I lost it, yarn chicken, but that's okay because it's right here. It's right at the end, and it's going to be lost in my stitch right here where I'm gonna cut. And I'm going to weave the rest of it. So thank goodness it's not part of the weaving part of what I'm trying to do. Thank goodness it got after that. Yarn chicken. Okay, so I'm going to cut this yarn. I'm going to leave a good 6 to 8 inches of yarn so that I can weave in those ends. And I'm just going to just pull that through. So now we have to do a 3-sided join. And I'm just going to kind of tuck this away a little bit because it can be kind of a pain to have in the way of everything. In fact, I'm going to just pull it through just a little bit because I don't want it to mess with what we're trying to do here visually. Okay, so let me grab my next one that I have prepared. And on this last square, or the 4th square, I should say, you're going to only do a chain 3 loop on 2 sides of it so that you have the, I know this isn't showing up very big and I'm zoomed out as far as I can go, but it's kind of a big blanket. So I did a chain 3 loop on this side and on this side, and I stopped there. I'm going to start the join down here and work my way up to the corner where the 3 are connected, and then across, and that's where it will end because that's where I started my chain 3 loops on that side. That way there's a chain 3, when I'm all done, there's a chain 3 loop all the way around the whole business here. Okay, so again, this is going to get kind of wonky. It's going to get kind of weird because you're going to have to pull things this way and that way to get them to go the way that you want them to do. But like I said, if you need to grab a stitch marker and start marking some spots, especially where the 3 join area is, then do that because that can really, really help. Okay, so this is just a 2-sided join that we're doing. It's not until we get to the corner where it gets crazy. So I have worked the two sides. I'm at the second to last chain 3 corner. I did do a single crochet in it. Now I'm going to do a chain 1 on my working block, and I'm going to go to my adjacent block, and I'm going to find the corner that matches. Remember how I'm joining it this way going forward. So I'm going to get that bottom corner, and I'm going to single crochet into the corner. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go back to my working block, and I'm going to single crochet into that corner. And I'm going to continue this all the way across just like we did before. So go ahead and chain 1, find the next free loop, single crochet into it, do a chain 1, skip only 2 double crochets, and single crochet in between those 2 double crochets, chain 1, go to the next, to your adjacent block, and find the next free chain 3 loop, single crochet into it, then chain 1, and go back to your working block, skip 3 double crochets, and single crochet in between the next 3 double crochets. Okay, continue working that all the way across your block to right before you get to the corner, and then we'll meet back up and we'll master that corner. Okay, and welcome back. I've gotten over to the corner. I worked a single crochet in the last free loop right before the chain 3 space on my adjacent block. So I can get this so that it visually looks right to you. So I've got my first, second, third blocks right here, and this is the one I'm trying to join. And I am going to keep it this way, try to join it like this for the video so you can see. But what I'm trying to do is now I'm going to do the corner. And I did go and find a stitch marker. These are my favorite types of stitch markers. These little like kind of like a letter C, I guess, or almost a fully closed C. Those are my favorite kind. It just takes one finger to put them on, one hand to put them on, and one hand to slip them off. Okay, so I worked a single crochet in my adjacent block on this side, and I'm going to do a chain 1. Now I only have 2 double crochets left on my working block. This is my working block, and this is my third block. There's 1, 2, and third. Now I'm going to single crochet in that next chain 3 loop on my working block. Now I need to join to the corner. This is the tricky bit. I'm going to chain 1, and I put a stitch marker in that section. So let's take a really good close look at it. So here's block 1, here's block number 2, and here's block number 3 over here. And you can see where we did our chain 3 corners, lining up that way and this way. And where we joined them all was right here. This is the corner of the most recent block we did. Here's the single crochet that joins it. This is the second block, and here's the single crochet that joined it to this one right here. So we are right in this area right here. So that's where we're going to join, is in that section right there. And that should join it right to there, and then we'll continue. We're going to skip anything on the second block, but we're going to connect it now to the first block. That makes sense. That's how you join the 3 at the corner. Okay, so let's try and get that done. I did a chain 1, so now I'm going to single crochet where I put that stitch marker. And then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to remove my marker and set it aside. Now I'm going to single crochet back into my working block, and I've done the join at the 3 corners. Okay, it's a little hard to see where we're at right now, but that's where they joined. There's the corner on this one, and there's the corner on that one. And I've got this pulled really tight. Okay, so chain 1. Now my working block is block number 1. This will be my adjacent block. And then this is going to be my working block. So I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go to my adjacent block. I'm going to find the next free chain 3 loop, which is right here. I'm single crochet into it. Then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go back to my working block and skip 2 double crochets because we're at the beginning of the block. And single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. Okay, do it again. So chain 1 on your working side, go to the adjacent block and find the next free chain 3 loop, single crochet into it, and chain 1. And then go back to your working block and skip 3 double crochets this time, and single crochet in between the next 2 double crochets. Okay, continue this all the way across, doing chain 1, go to your adjacent block, single crochet, chain 1, go to your working block, skip 3 double crochets, and single crochet in between those next 2 stitches. Okay, and then continue this all the way across. I'm just going to stay with you quick while I get this done, and we'll go do the corner, which is super easy because it's the same as all the other corners have been. There's nothing new or special about it. It's just that 3 block join area that it's kind of persnickety, but like I said, if you grab a contrasting color stitch marker, you should be able to find it fairly easy. If you're not happy with the way that this has been, you know, at the beginning where your way your yarn was working out, you certainly can work this in an eye hook. If it's easier on your eye and your hands and everything else, or the yarn that you're using to use an eye hook, then you go right ahead. This isn't a garment. It doesn't have to be an exact size, so you can switch up a yarn hook size if you really want to. Okay, bear with me just a moment. And I'm back. So I did go ahead and work all those chain 3 loops, joining all the way across the block till I got to the last 2 stitches on my working block. I did do my last single crochet in the adjacent block. I did do a chain 1, so now I'm going to single crochet into the last, oh my gosh, this is the last chain 3 loop on our working block. And I'm going to join the corners now. So chain 1 and go find that very corner chain 3 loop and single crochet into it, chain 1, and this should be the very last. So go ahead and slip stitch into the first single crochet on your working block. And you can cut your yarn, give yourself a few inches so you can join everything, and now you should have a 3 block join. Oh my goodness. So now you get to do this all over again, and I already did. I was actually working off of all 6 of them. So when you finish the 4, then just like we did, do a 2-side join here, and then do another 3-sided join there. And you should be at the point where we can start to work the border. And that is what's going to be next. I'll go over that next and try and get as much as I can into this video for that border, because it is kind of long. The border is pretty good size. It's pretty wide, but isn't that turning out really lovely? I'm so enjoying this this blanket, a block blanket that I made. It was, you know, like I said, it was something that I started a long time ago, way back in, I don't know, gosh, it must have been 2017, so probably 8 years ago I made it. And this is the 3rd time I've made this blanket. I made it once for my sister, and like I said, it was 8 years ago. It wore out, and I made her another one. And I thought for the tutorial that I obviously got to make one for the tutorial. I wrote the pattern, but I never did a video on it. I wasn't doing any YouTube videos, you know, 8 years ago. So that's why I decided to go ahead and do up a video for it, just so that I could share with everybody how to make this really warm and toasty fall winter blanket. All right, so the next step is going to be adding a border all the way around this blanket. Get yourself, weave in all your loose ends, and I will meet you with a new skein of yarn. Well, I don't have a skein of yarn, I have a ball of yarn, but I'll meet you at the border. Hello and welcome back. I have now got all 6 of my blocks joined together. I've got a new section of yarn, and I'm going to start the border. Now it's a pretty decorative border, and it is sort of complex, but we will go through it step by step, and it is pretty much an echo of everything that we have done. In fact, the first row that we're going to do is just double crochets. So grab a piece of yarn, grab some yarn, and then make a slip stitch. And with your hook, I've been using an H. You can use an I if you want to. With an H, these blocks are 14 inches by 14. With an I, they're 15 by 15. It still winds up being about 35 to 40 inches wide, and I don't recall how long. It might say in my original pattern. Let me see if I can find it. I don't say in there. Okay, so at any rate, we are going to, I'm going to start at the short top of the blanket, and I'm going to start in the right-hand corner. You can start in any chain 3 corner that you want to, as long as it's a corner of a block. I prefer to start working on a short end. That way, in case I have made a mistake, I don't feel like I have to frog so far. I mean, it's just a psychological thing. But anyway, okay, we're going to join both a slip stitch. I do a chain 2 just because I prefer to do a chain 2 instead of a chain 3. I don't count that chain 2 as a double crochet. It does not count. But we are going to work 2 double crochets into that same corner. Sorry, let me grab my pattern. Sorry. Just to make sure. Yeah, 2 double crochets. And in each chain 3 loop across, we're going to work 3 double crochets. So just go ahead and work 3 double crochets in the next chain 3 loop and 3 double crochets in the next chain 3 loop. Like I said, this part is fairly simple. So go ahead and do that all the way to the corner, and then we will meet there and we will go over how to work the corner. Just 3 double crochets into each chain 3 loop. And by the way, you should have 15 chain 3 loops on each side, not counting the corners. So on each side from corner to corner, not counting the corners, you should have 15 chain 3 loops. So make sure that you have that every time you finish a block. I probably should have said something earlier, and I do apologize. But 15 chain 3 loops, and then you should turn out just right at when we get to the end for a final count, as long as you're putting 3 double crochets into each chain 3 loop. Okay, I'll meet you at the corner, or I'll meet you at the first block join, because I do believe I'd have to do that a little bit differently there. So I'll meet you when we get to that first join. Okay, and we're at the join. So if you look closely, I'm just going to kind of get close up on this because I don't want there to be any mistake, and it can be kind of unusual. So this is one block here, and this is one block here, and this is the join. You can see our chain 3 corners where things joined, and then this is the chain 3 corner on this block, and this is the chain 3 corner on that block, and that's the single crochet that joined them. I'm going to go ahead and work 3 double crochets in that chain 3 corner and 3 double crochets in the next chain 3 corner. Then we'll continue with 3 double crochets in each chain 3 loop across the side. So let's do that together real quick. We're going to go ahead and put 3 double crochets in that chain 3 corner in that first one, and 3 double crochets into the next chain 3 corner. If you can see that. And then go ahead and continue working 3 double crochets in each chain 3 loop all the way across. So it should look like that. Okay, and I've worked myself up to the corner, doing 3 double crochets in each chain 3 loop. We're at the corner now. We're going to work 2 double crochets in the corner, chain 3, and 2 double crochets in that same corner. That's how you'll work all of your corners all the way around. 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. And then continue just putting 3 double crochets into each chain 3 loop across the side, including the corners. Put 3 double crochets in the chain 3 corners where the joins are. And then again in your corners, 2 double crochets chain 3, 2 double crochets. Okay, so that's our first round, pretty much all double crochets. And I will meet you at the first chain 3 space. Okay, and welcome back. I've worked stitches, double crochets all across this last row and made it all the way back to my first chain 3 corner. Again, doing 3 double crochets in each chain 3 loop and 3 double crochets in each chain 3 corner as well. When I did my corners, I worked 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets. So this last chain 3 loop, I still have to do 2 double crochets, and I am going to do to make that last chain 3 corner, I'm going to do a chain 1, and then I'm a double crochet in the top of the first double crochet to make the last chain 3 loop. Okay, it's just like that. Okay, so this next row is it's a texture row, and it's going to be a single crochet, treble, single crochet, treble, single crochet, treble, just back and forth, back and forth. So at this point, this is worked from the back side. So go ahead and turn your project over, turn your blanket over, so that you are working from the back side. And now, because of where you are and you're in the center, you'll be starting to work in that corner, and you're going to do 2 single crochets. So chain 1 and do 2 single crochets in that first chain 3 corner. Okay, so now let's work our first treble crochet. You're going to yarn over twice, and in that first double crochet, you're going to insert your hook and pull up a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, draw through 2 more loops on the hook, yarn over and draw through the last 2 loops on the hook. In the next stitch, you're going to work a single crochet. Okay, let's do that again. Yarn over twice, insert your hook into the next loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and draw through, well, I'm so sorry. Let's start all over again. I'll do this very slow, like as if it were a tutorial. Yarn over twice, insert your hook into the next double crochet, yarn over and drop a loop. You should have 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over, draw through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, draw through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and draw through the last 2 loops on the hook, and then single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, let's do that one more time. Yarn over twice, insert your hook into the next double crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and draw through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, yarn over, draw through the last 2 loops, and then single crochet in the next stitch. Now let's take a look at what we've got going on the front, because that's the side that we're the pretty side. So what's happening in this is that we have a single crochet in the corner, and then a treble crochet, single, treble, single, treble. What's happening is you have this really tall treble with a single crochet next to it, and the single crochet pulls that treble down and makes it pop out. It makes it kind of stick out like that, kind of folds it in half. So it gives it this texture stitch. And it seems like it just works naturally when you do it from the back side, because you're just going like that and pulling it over and it's bending it right in half. You can poke it through on the other side, and I have done it like that, but not for a long time. It just seems like working it from the back side makes it pop out the most and gives it the most pop. Okay, so go ahead and continue to work a treble, single, treble all the way across the blanket in each stitch, and I will meet you at the corner. Okay, and welcome back. I have worked stitches all the way across the side. I'm doing a treble crochet with a single crochet in between them. So treble, single, all the way across, and I've gotten to the first chain 3 corner. I still have to work the last stitch. It should be a treble. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that treble in there. And then in the chain 3 corner, we're gonna work 2 single crochets. So there's 1, 2, chain 3, and 2 single crochets. Okay, now I'm going to turn my work and start my next side. And we're going to continue that the same way that we have been. We're going to start with a treble. So in that first stitch, put your treble, first double crochet. In the next double crochet, put a single. In the next, put a treble, and then a single, treble, and a single, and so on and so forth, all the way across to the corner. When you get to the corner, don't forget to put 2 single crochets in your chain 3 corner, chain 3, and 2 single crochets. You should be ending with the treble before that chain 3 corner and beginning with the treble on the next row after the chain 3 corner. And look how pretty that is. This is, you know, it's the same thing that we did down here, and it is just an echo or a repeat of the stitches that we did. And it's a great way to break up rows of double crochets that look really plain and boring. I did that down here. I did a row of double crochets. I broke it up with a chain 1 space. Did a row of double crochets. I broke it up with a treble, a row of double crochets, and then I had that chain 3 loop, a row of double crochets, and now we're doing another treble row. Okay, go ahead and finish your side, and I will meet you at the first chain 3 space. Okay, and welcome back. I've worked the stitches all the way around to my first chain 3 corner. I've worked a treble crochet in the last stitch, and I'm now going to work 2 single crochets in that first chain 3 space. And to make the last chain 3 space, I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to double crochet in the top of that first single crochet to make my last chain 3 space. Okay, so now we need to turn our work over, and we're going to work from the front side. And this next row is just a double crochet row. So we're going to chain 2, which does not count as a double crochet, but we are going to work 2 double crochets in that first chain 3 corner. And then we are going to double crochet in each stitch, each single crochet, and each treble all the way across. This row is going to be worked exactly like our block rows. When we get to the corner, then you're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. Okay, so go ahead and work a double crochet in each stitch across. When you get to your first corner, put 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets in that first corner. And then I will meet you at the beginning, at the very first chain 3 space when you've worked all the way around. Okay, and welcome back. I have worked a double crochet in every stitch all the way across and to the end, and I've now worked, I got 2 double crochets now in that last chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to double crochet in the top of the next double crochet, not the chain 2 space, but the double crochet, to make that last chain 3 corner. Okay, so now the next row that we're going to work, we just worked a plain double crochet row. Our next row is going to be a chain 1 double crochet, skip 1 row, a chain 1 space row. So go ahead and chain 2. Does not count as double crochet. Work 2 double crochets in that same chain 3 corner. Sorry, while I get my yarn untangled. Okay, chain 1, skip that first double crochet, and double crochet in the next double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, and continue that all the way across. We're just doing a chain 1 round this time. So double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet in the next. And I'll meet you at the corner. And welcome back. I've worked all the stitches across the row, across that first row. I've worked a double crochet in the second to last stitch. I'm now going to chain 1, skip the next double crochet, and work 2 double crochets in the chain 3 corner. I'm going to chain 3 and work 2 more double crochets in the chain 3 corner. And now I'm going to work the long row, and I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip that first double crochet. I'm going to double crochet in the next double crochet. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip 1. I'm going to double crochet in the next double crochet, and continue on. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, all across the row. And I will meet you at the beginning. However, I believe that will be continued on the next video. So go ahead and work all the way around. When you get to your corners, do 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets. When you get to the very first corner, then make sure you put your last 2 double crochets in the first corner, and then do a chain 1 and double crochet into the top of the double crochet to finish this round. The next round after this will be straight double crochets again, and that'll be on the next video. It'll be on part 3. So thank you so much for joining, and let me know if you have any questions. You can certainly put something in the messages if you have any questions.